Here's a segment from a recent Gun Talk radio episode. You can listen to all the Gun Talk radio podcasts however you tune in, or check out guntalk.com for more. And, of course, you can't talk about hunting, you can't talk about shooting, you can't really talk about using your guns at all without talking about, ammunition. You got to have something to feed the beast, right? And joining me to talk about some really good ammo is Michelle Owens. She is with Norma, the ammunition company. Michelle, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Did I interrupt your shooting?
No, you didn't. Not today. Normally, I would have had a class going on today, but I've been under the weather, so
I'm sorry.
Had to cancel everything for today. Yeah.
So what kind of classes do you teach? What do you do?
I do just basic self-defense courses, basic firearms and defense courses, and situational awareness.
What have you seen in terms of any changes or increase in interest? Anything going on in that world of people wanting self-defense training?
Oh, my goodness. It is intense how many people are interested. In fact, I did teach a course last night, but that was more just a speaking course for situational awareness. And the ladies that I spoke to, none of them have ever taken any firearms courses, any self-defense courses, or really heard much about anything that's going on. And they just all were just intrigued into learning more about taking their, protection into their own hands, which I found very, very, very comforting. We live in a crazy world, so.
And I know you talk to them. I'm sure you ask them why. Why are you here? What do you hear back?
Yeah, so basically because of what's going on in the world right now, there's just been so many abductions occurring. A lot of people just feeling uncomfortable, basically walking out of their houses. The stories that are coming out and unfortunately, I have to say it's social media, on the news on a daily basis, just so many people feeling like they can't rely on traditional means to take care of themselves. They need to really take their own protection into their hands. So I think that's what the main part is.
That's probably a smart move, whether or not the threat is real, because I know that, and I think you would agree, if you are paying attention to social media all the time and paying attention to the news, you kind of get a feeling that it's happening right around you when you're actually looking at national stories. It's scattered all over the place. But even having said all of that, it just makes sense to say, I'm going to take care of myself. I'll be my own first responder.
Exactly. And I just really do love hearing these ladies' stories. And some of them have some pretty amazing stories where they have encountered some pretty bad situations. And some of them have never. They just think they live in a peachy world, which I would love to live that way. But it is great to have that, just that understanding that there are threats out there. And, just being prepared for them is really important.
Well, let's switch over. How long have you been with Norma now?
I've only been with Norma since June, so I started June 1st, and just drove right in. Yeah,
I guess. Norma's been around since, I've been looking it up here, since 1902. Been making ammo for 120 years.
That's correct.
Can you give us just a little background?
Yeah, so we are a well-known company for mostly hunting and precision ammunition. We started back here in the United States, manufacturing in the United States. I believe it was about 5 years ago, I want to say. I could be a little bit off on my time frame here. Again, I'm kind of new.
That sounds right.
Yeah, so we were under the RUAG umbrella back in Europe and recently got purchased by the Beretta Holding company. So we are under Beretta Holding as of August, which has been just an amazing switch over for us. So we started manufacturing more ammunition here in the Savannah area, and we have a great facility and about to build an even nicer one.
Okay, that starts to make sense. Because I've been watching on store shelves of the last 2 months, 3 months, it just seems like there's Norma ammo everywhere. And 2 years ago, it would have been like seeing a unicorn to see Norma ammo on the shelves.
Yeah. We're definitely trying to get that out there as much as possible, spreading the word, because we are known for precision. We are known for our quality, and our quality in our brass, the reloading brass, etc. very well known in the world, but we need to, we're trying to spread our wings a bit more here in the U.S.
It is a world brand.
That's right. That's right.
So, okay, so you're making more ammo now, and then you alluded to making a lot more, and I saw a story. You're going to be building a new plant.
We are. I'm very, very, very excited. We just signed the intent to build. We had Dr. Petro Beretta down here to sign the intent to build, and that hopefully, no, I'm not, don't mark my words on this, but hopefully we'll be breaking ground in the next, at the end of Q1 next year. So.
Is that in Georgia? Where is that?
Yeah, it's in Savannah, just right outside of Savannah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How big a place are we talking?
Oh, goodness. I cannot remember the square footage, but it's pretty big. It's going to be state of the art. Massive.
And hiring a bunch of people and getting geared up. And of course, as with all construction, we always say, we're 90% there and only have 50% more to go.
Exactly.
So, it's always the way.
Isn't that the truth, though?
It certainly is. I mean, for Norma, people want to look it up. Norma Ammunition, you can find it. You got home defense ammo, you got dedicated hunting ammo, you got precision, competition ammo, and also you alluded to the components. Norma brass has always been considered right up there as the finest brass in the world for reloaders. And one of the questions that I have is that going to be more available? Because it seems like all the brass ends up going into loaded ammo.
Yeah, so that's always, the catch-22. We are, we want to balance both our reloading capabilities as well as making sure we have the brass to load finished cartridges. So as far as I know, so that isn't under technically my umbrella of expertise, but as far as I know, we will be continuing that and keeping it readily available as best as we can.
I think people are going to need to do is to learn more about the line. I'm looking at some of the bullets you have, names that people may not be as familiar with in the U.S., like Norma Bond Strike. We're talking about some high BC bullets made for hunting. Obviously, a lot of good hunting ammo where you're loading like the Woodley bullets, things that more well known throughout the world, but maybe less so in the U.S. Does that sound right?
That is correct, definitely. And we have a great team that speaks on that, goes out and talks to dealers all over to speak on, the quality and try to spread that word, a lot more of their brand awareness and getting it out there. I actually was recently at a show and I talked to a gentleman and he's like, I will literally go to ranges and see if I can find Norma brass laying around that people aren't aware that they're shot it. And I was like, oh, that's fun.
That's like finding gold on the ground.
Exactly.
Well, it's just, the fact that you're now part of the Beretta family, that is going to be terrific in terms of marketing, awareness, getting the word out, and also just collaborating on product development and what the market's looking for.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm the most excited about. There's so many great opportunities coming up. So,
what's the best place online? Which is the best landing site for people to go if they want to look up more about Norma?
You can go to normausa.com. Or normashooting.com.
Normashooting.com. Okay. There it is, normashooting.com. Got it. There it is. Now we can find everything is there. Good, very good.
That's right.
I hope you get to feeling better. I appreciate you gutted it out. You did the interview because we weren't sure we were going to be able to make it happen. And look, do me a favor if you would. I know you're going to have a lot of things happening and new things going on with Norma. As those happen and you have things to talk about, let me know. We'll get you back on and update everybody.
That would be wonderful. I'd love that.
Michelle Owens, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Take care. Norma, good ammo, good products, good lineup of reloading stuff. Yeah, I'd like to get more brass. Holy cow. But yeah, they have good stuff. And I am seeing Norma ammo everywhere. They're really cranking it out.